Welcome. Today we will be taking a deep dive into Blue Lock characters' alignment. With use of this table, we will place a variety of characters in where they best fit. This will be a multiple part long series covering each Neo-Egoist League team, one per video, as doing them all in one video would just genuinely give me a migraine. As always, I'm your host Raving Geeks, and you're not watching Disney Channel. Let's jump headfirst into the content of this video, starting the series off with the Bastard Munchen's main players. Our first character, who is currently on Fraud Watch, Kaiser. Here's the thing. This man was literally strangling himself to find a way to beat Isugi, so this is just a hunch, but I believe he's a bit insane. He definitely doesn't portray himself as a likable character, so I'd be inclined to say he's evil, not at all lawful, because he likes to sabotage his own teammates, so I believe he's a neutral evil character. Next up, let's talk about his puppet, Ness. It's hard to judge Ness's character considering he's just corrupted, inspired by Kaiser, and independently, I believe he would be a sound bloke. But since he follows along with Kaiser's guidance, he will be placed in the same area, leaning more towards the true neutral spot. And our last Kaiser lackey will be Benedict Grimm. Personally, I believe this man is a very nothing character right now. And that's fair to say, considering his ass was just subbed off with Corona. Grimm is like that weird drama kid wanting to be involved with recent trends, but where does that put him on the chart? I believe this man, considering we haven't seen much of his character fully expressed, we will sit him in the true neutral spot for the time being. Corona has this bubbly and energetic personality. Being one of the main partners for Isugi, he clearly wants to bring forward his ideal way of playing football, and that his mentality has been rewarding him as he's set to be in the top 23 players advancing. His willingness to be beside Isugi to challenge top players' authority for what he and Isugi consider to be positive change on the team has me believe the chaotic good position is what's best for him. Kunigami would be one easy character to analyze before his wildcard transformation, but now there's a level of conflict residing in this man's moral compass. Does he seek to be that superhero who inspires people like the football heroes before him, or now is he more similar to an anti-hero who does things primarily to support what he wants but is still leading to a better outcome? Complex yet not impossible to comprehend, as for now he lies between the realm of chaotic good and chaotic neutral to underline the ego still burning inside him. He does things for himself, but there's still an essence of a superhero within him. Gagumaru is clearly a selfless individual through his determination to be the Bastard Munchen's goalkeeper. He's the last line of defense and, as many goalkeepers are, the heart of the team. When he's tasked to support his team, he's obviously doing everything he can for his teammates and himself, so this definitely puts him in the lawful good slot on this chart. Raichi, as much as it is easy to label him as hot-headed and maybe selfish, only half of that is true. Raichi, even as early as the first selection, is a team player, adapting to not as preferred positions to make the most of his weapons that don't involve striking. He follows what he is told, and it's actually turning out good for him. His sexy football can go in between the neutral good and chaotic good area, as he does play defense, so he's helping the team overall, but of course is helping Isugi, considering that is what's currently benefiting him. Hiyori, shooting up in the rankings from 0 to now being bid on Neo, he is someone who we have been given quite a lot of backstory about. Being placed on this pedestal by his parents, all for their own greedy intentions, honestly was a reason enough for him wanting to abandon football altogether. He was only doing it to keep his parents together, but now, with a new inspiration to play thanks to Isugi, he's shown to be quite the egoist with pride in his passes. I believe this puts him in the chaotic neutral area. He may benefit the team, but he alone determines who's worthy of his talents, and he isn't shy about letting people know when he's surpassing you. Following the freedom he's created to do as he pleases, now with no family restraints to hold him down. Yukimiya, through it all, is a very sick character. He's a model and a football player. Please give me money. He's a highly confident player who states he's the best in Japan when it comes to one-on-one battles, and this is thanks to his street style of dribbling. Fun fact, the dude claims he's a pacifist, as in he takes the peaceful route by wanting all the goals to be scored by himself. He's not too much of a complex character, as we can say he's inquisitive but a bit arrogant. He follows every order that is given to him and respects many answers given to him when he has questions. I believe Yukimiya is the most aligned with the lawful neutral spot. Igarashi, for his as much as he is a gimmick character, I am obligated to give him an alignment as he is much more frequent in terms of appearances by comparison to other players. His weapon to draw out fouls in a way that benefits him makes him a sneaky player at least. I'm surprised the guy found his way to get this far because his dominant traits are definitely not evident. He isn't necessarily a bad person, so we will be putting him between the lawful neutral and the pure neutral spot, but no matter what you do, you cannot get me to care for what happens to this man. The penultimate player for this video, Kiora. He hasn't had much time in the spotlight, but I'm ready for him to show his capabilities in this match against PXG. He's known for being quite blunt and quiet, and so far, the only prominent aspect of his abilities that have been shown is his superior physicality. For now, I can't confidently say where he should be on this alignment chart, so we will put him as our second pure neutral character for now, subject to change when his personality is showcased more. Finally, we end off this video with Isagi. His personality on and off the pitch are sinking much more thanks to his advancing ego, and I feel as if though, debating where Isagi should be placed on this chart can be talked about for hours. As the protagonist, he of course will be the individual that we see most high points and most low points of, and through all of his development and growth, it's safe to say that this Isagi that we see in the Neo Egoist League will be the closest representative to the Isagi that we see play as a forward for Japan. This man had to reconstruct himself to adapt to so many situations that it only seems fitting to put him in the chaotic good slot. This is my opinion, and it may be heavily contested, but it's best to form opinions based on how you perceive it when absorbing content around the matter. For example, Rin is very similar to Isagi in terms of mindset, but the difference is one treats football like war, the other treats football like it's their career. And that concludes our alignment chart for Bastard München. If you all enjoyed this type of video, I would love for you guys to let me know in some way. Like, comment, and subscribing always helps. You will see more videos covering other teams' main players of the Neo Egoist League later down the line. I have yet to see anyone doing this idea, so it was a great way to combine a hobby like D&D to match with a Blue Lock video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next week, and peace.